Okay, good evening, everyone. And, well, it is a good evening as far as I'm concerned. That is more like it. Well done, Yaz, for calling, not the score, but you kind of called how the game would go, to be honest with you. You know, the players were up for it. They played well, really well, good intensity. And, yeah, it was a really good performance. I was very happy. Even when we went behind, I thought, you know what? We're better than this. We are clearly the better team. I was just disappointed that, like, when that penalty that wasn't a penalty, I mean, when that didn't go our way, I thought, oh, God, you know, typical. Against United, we just don't seem to get those decisions. But listen, the boys did well.
I was more stressed at 3-2 up than I was at 1-0 down.
Yeah. Because then we put ourselves in that position again, like we did against Newcastle, like we did against Leeds, and I thought, no. But Salah, when he wrapped it up, lovely. Anyway, let's go on, kick us off, bro.
Yeah, it was a fantastic result. I had that feeling in my blood from yesterday, because I mentioned it last night. At the end of the day, that is the ultimate game. It's a must-win game against Man United. We've played those 3 games. I mean, regardless of who started and who didn't start, they were a little bit jaded tonight. They looked a little bit jaded, some of them. But we played well. We played at a good tempo. We played at a good pace. I think, for me, I think Trent was fantastic tonight. I think Firmino did a great job. For me, the players that stood out, I mean, they all had a good game. I mean, Paddy said about Robbo. I didn't think Robbo was that good. But Thiago...
I thought Robbo was our weakest player, by the way.
Yeah, I didn't rate him tonight. Yeah. Thiago, the 2 centre-backs, by the way, that have played a handful of games all season. I mean, not enough credit for that kid. The first 10, 15 minutes, I don't know what Alisson's doing, putting Reece Williams under pressure, giving him the ball in stupid positions. He made a few stupid mistakes at the beginning of the game at 0-0. Then we've gone 1-0 down. I thought, it's going to be one of those nights again. But they showed a lot of character, you know, and we didn't panic. And we missed a couple of chances. I mean, Nat Phillips, he's assisted the goal. Okay, scored the own goal. It's unfortunate. He's assisted. Could have been a penalty. You know, Anthony Taylor gave it from about 4 feet. But apparently referees now can't give a penalty that they think's a penalty in real life anymore. They've got to listen to someone else to tell them what to do and then go and look at it again. But listen, it was...
Hey, just on that, guys, have you seen a decision this season where have you seen
when he goes to the TV and stays with it?
Yeah, which one?
I think it was at one of ours, to be honest. If I'm not mistaken, I think it was one of ours.
Where VAR told him go and look at it,
upheld it.
I think it was the decision.
I think it was Mariner. I'll try and think of the game
because I can't remember one where as soon as they get told go and look at it, it's invariably overturned.
Normally.
But I've seen one upheld, and if I'm not mistaken, it'll come to me. It was
West Ham.
I can't remember the game. I'll have to think of it. But going back to tonight, it was a look. They've given themselves a chance. Okay, we play West Brom on Sunday. We hopefully go and win that game, and then Chelsea Leicester, after they put everything into a cup final on Saturday, will play each other on Tuesday. That result, whatever happens, will help us. If one of them wins, it helps us. If it's a draw, it helps us. If the other one wins, it helps us. We are in a really good position now. And, you know, is it stupid to say, Push, we were talking last night, unbeaten in 5, had we played well, but we might be hitting a little bit of form at the right time.
I'll tell you what was funny. I totally agree with you. But what was funny was when you said Mane started to hit some form. Because I'll tell you what, when he came on, we may as well have had 10 men.
Well, there was a little bit of beef there because at the end of the game, I don't know if anyone else spotted it. Klopp was walking around the pitch, fist pumping. It was Henderson, the keeper, McTominay, and he's gone like that to high five Mane, and he's walked straight past him. And
Mane walked straight past him.
Yeah, and Klopp reacted on his face. If you recorded the game on Sky,
I saw that bit.
If you go back, you'll see it.
No, I think he went to shake McTominay's hand.
No, McTominay fisted him. I saw it. I rewound it 3 times, and it's definitely Mane. Definitely Mane. He's obviously not
when Mane came on, apart from just these bad touches and whatever, I was following him because I was thinking, mate, you're a fresh player come on here. We're 3-2 up. We need your running, and he didn't seem to be putting a shift in. Maybe something's happened. Maybe my personal.
You weren't happy. And
personally, the front three would have been my front three. The choice.
Well, they all scored. They all scored. So he's vindicated in his decision. But listen, that just builds a bit of momentum. Look, there's 3 games to go. They're professional footballers, for God's sake. They've got something to play for. They're playing Crystal Palace at home, which should be a gimme, really. Last game of the season in front of 10,000 fans. They've got Burnley away and they got West Brom away. They win if they get 9 points from those games, I think we're guaranteed top 4, to be honest. It was a great result. It was good to see. I said last night about just getting a little bit of respect back, really. We've been the laughing stock. We've all had the messages about the worst defence, blah, 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 blah. And we've proved tonight, I think, that, listen, let's not get carried away with it. We've won the game. But we've won the game without certain players playing, without, I worry about that Alisson, I don't know. He puts a lot of pressure on us, a lot of pressure. A couple of his clearances were poor.
Yeah, he seems to lose concentration at moments, He's a great shot stopper and he does save us in situations as well, but he does have that tendency. Oh, yeah, look, they just showed it on Sky where Klopp went to shake Mane's hand. They're asking him about it now.
Yeah, I told you.
They're asking Klopp. They showed him. He went like this to Mane, and Mane went, no. He just walked past him.
Yeah. Well, that could be the man that's leaving. You never know. That front 3
I hope
today,
not, because I like Matt. He's my favourite player. I don't care what anyone says about his form.
Whether or not he's your favourite player or not, if there's a bad egg in the camp,
I think it's
him. Today, there was chemistry between that front 3. You could see it.
Yeah, but he's the one that threw the toys out the pram, wasn't it, as well?
Who?
More than once.
He done it before when he got pulled off and he went mad on the bench, didn't he?
Yeah, he wants to play, doesn't he?
That was a Salah incident, wasn't it? Where Salah passed him and he kind of he came off and sort of. But I think Mane, forget whether he's a bad egg or not, his form has fallen off a cliff this season.
Maybe he is going.
Yeah, but Klopp's got no questions to answer. He's dropped him. He's played that front 3. They've all scored. Firmino's assisted one as well.
But that was a long time. But that was a long time coming, Yaz. What I don't understand with Klopp is Mane's form. Like, if you look at it, he's dropped Mane now. Mane should have been taken out of the team probably about 7-8 games ago, at least.
Listen, in hindsight, Klopp will probably sit at home having a beer and a fag and saying to himself, "I've made a lot of mistakes this season." Because if you look at that Nat Phillips and Reece Williams tonight, they showed you that they can do a job. They're playing against a world-class centre forward in Cavani, whose movement is arguably one of the best in the Premiership. Forget his age. His movement is fantastic. And they had an okay game against him. Why he spent 10 games playing Henderson and Thiago at centre-back against Fulham and against Newcastle's and West Brom's and whatnot, Lord only knows. So, give players some responsibility. That Reece Williams pinged the ball tonight, cross ball, if you remember.
Yeah, great pass.
Fantastic.
Hey, and talking about how good was Thiago tonight, guys?
It was world class, wasn't he?
Absolute phenomenal.
Yes.
I know you're not.
Sorry, wait a minute. Kush, Yaz, say that again.
What's that?
Thiago. What was he?
What about?
You just said something.
He's world class. He's world class. Listen, he's playing in a run of games now. He's playing in a position he should be playing in, and we're starting to see what he can do.
He was absolute class tonight. Absolute class. At times when we were under pressure, kept the ball.
Yeah.
He always looks forward for the pass. He's not like some of our other midfielders. He's different in that sense. He's always looking for the forward pass.
And he knows how to buy a foul as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I was going to say that
sometimes as well. But
yeah.
Experience.
It's like Genie, in a way. Look at the way he holds the ball like Genie does, but Genie comes backwards where Thiago will go forwards. You need someone different. like I know, I've never seen it, but I'd love, because I think Keita, Naby lad ain't going anywhere. I'd love to see Keita play with Thiago. I think that's what you need, that type of player anyway, with Thiago. Anyway.
Well, if Keita can stay fit for 2 games, then maybe he'll get a chance. But
I'd love to see that.
No.
I'd love to see it.
Eddie, let's hear from you, man. You ain't been on for a while.
All right. Williams, I don't think Williams, I know he had not a bad game. He's not good enough for Liverpool. Whatever you say, in most of the games, apart from today, he is the weak link. To be honest with you, I don't think he probably won't even be in a team or in a squad next season. When it comes to Keita, again, he's had his time. He's got to go. Let's be honest with ourselves. He's not. He's always going to be injured.
Hold on, Eddie. We got Klopp on this side.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Nah, they're not good enough. You got. As well as being a Liverpool fan, you got to be a football fan. You got to be honest as well. Oh, they played a good game a lot, but to be honest with you, he's got to shift at least 4 or 5 of them players. Take players which can't get into the team. They've got to go. Chamberlain, he's got to go. Origi, he's got to go. Once he gets rid of all the dead wood, then he can bring in some new blood, and hopefully we'll be ready to go for next season.
I definitely think Harvey Elliott will be in the first team squad next year.
Definitely. He's the top player.
100%. He's going to be in there.
I think Jones will improve every season. I think Jones will get better and better.
Yeah,
I think Jones
will be more involved as well.
Do we need a striker? Do we actually need a striker? Can we not move?
No, we do. We do need a striker.
Definitely, we do. I think once Origi goes, you've got to replace him.
I think they're talking about that guy from what's his name, Daka, I think they're talking about him because he fits the profile of the kind of Klopp forward. Ooh, he's not an out and out striker. What he is he's like a Mane, Salah type player, wide, quick forward, but he can play across the front line. And I think that's the player they're looking at. I've seen a lot of rumours about him.
I think the other thing is, I think what a couple of boys were just saying, with the front three, he's an Asian front three. And a bit like what they're saying, Manny and Sally, I don't think they get along. I think it does affect the team. And if it is Manny at the 2, then maybe we have to replace him and get someone else a bit younger because, as you lot say, Manny's not been performing this season. And there definitely is a problem between him and Salah, whatever you say, and it's affecting the team, I think. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
I totally agree.
Salah's more of a team player. He has fun with the boys. If you notice, Mane doesn't have fun. He's not.
No, definitely.
No, I don't agree with that. I mean,
I would have actually said it's the other way. I would have said Salah's more of a selfish player than Mane. But obviously, Mane and him don't get on. But whoever goes, I think that front three for sure is going to get broken up, isn't it?
Yeah. What I used to like, what happened was when Firmino scored and he did a celebration, and Mane would try and copy it, but he couldn't copy it. He couldn't do it. He couldn't do it the way Firmino did it. So I used to really love that, but I haven't seen that for a while now with these guys. So
I love Bobby though.
Yeah, listen, Firmino. I think they need to move him back a bit and let him link the play because that's what he does anyway. He's not an out-and-out striker. When they bought him from Hoffenheim, he was an attacking midfielder.
Yeah, that's right.
That's the position he was playing in Hoffenheim. And all of a sudden, he's the number 9 for Liverpool. I think it's just to get him in the team. Listen, I said it the other day, Trent, for me, I don't look at him as a defender anymore. I don't see him as a defender. He's the playmaker. That's it. They just put him at right back just to get him in the team. Yeah,
but problem is, Jason, that's all well and good, and we won't go on to Trent as a technical player. But if you're going to do that, then you've got to be prepared that his defensive game, if you are going to play him at right back, his defensive game is not fantastic. It's okay, but it's not what you would expect as a right back. So if you're going to put him in midfield, you've got to get a new right back.
No, but they won't put him in midfield. They'll leave him there because most of the games Liverpool play, his defending is not the issue. It's in against the better teams. Yeah, yes, that's when he might be caught out. But he's so important to the team, like the assists and just his general play. I mean, that run he did in the second half when he took the ball and he just drifted past that guy. I think it was Pogba or one of those midfielders, and he just had a shot. I mean, that would have been such a great goal. The way he took the ball down and drifted past,
Typical Gerrard.
He's an exceptional player. He really is. We're lucky to have him, man.
It's not a bad point, Paddy, though. You could, in theory, play him in that. Like in theory, maybe not even as a right-sided midfielder. Maybe he's kind of being in the middle of the park with his ability and his feet, and he can use both feet quite capably.
A little bit.
It may be someone like a Gerrard, but yeah.
We'll see.
Pete, what do you think about tonight, mate?
Yeah, good game. They had a go, which is what I said last night. We had nothing to lose. They did turn up. They gave it a go. Obviously, good result. We nearly threw it away. But that's Liverpool anyway, isn't it?
Yeah, look, I think Man United were always going to come into it. They've got game changers.
Well, listen, they're a top team. We beat a top team. I know we don't like to say it, but they're a good team. We don't like saying Man United are a good team, but this year they are. So
yeah, I think they found a formula this year. They're not. I still think, even though they're above us in the league, I think we're better than them. Not being biased. I'm not being biased
tonight.
I'm not biased. But I just think they found the formula, and their game changers have played consistently better than ours. So Rashford, Greenwood, and Cavani's made a big difference for them. And obviously Fernandes, he's the main game changer they've got, and
I think
I always thought we should have gone in for Fernandes when he was available. I was saying that before. I was saying that before. I remember me and you talked about it in the gym, Eddie. Remember?
Yeah, definitely. I remember.
Yeah, I was.
But do you remember when Klopp? Do you remember when Klopp turned around and said he's an unbelievable player. Whoever signs him going to be very lucky. I don't know why he just didn't go for him.
Yeah, I don't know either.
He probably didn't think. He probably at that stage he probably didn't think he needed it, right? Because Liverpool were on an upward trajectory. And I think one of the things with Klopp that's comes out quite evidently, he doesn't like to mess with the chemistry of the team. So when you're on an upward trajectory, you get one player that you think is going to be, and then all of a sudden your chemistry's gone or the way you play's gone. I think that's what it may well have been available, but I think Klopp was quite.
In saying that, if we're gonna challenge City on a consistent basis, you need a very strong squad. You can't.
No, I agree with you. I'm saying now at this stage of our evolution, I think we do need more players and better players and a better squad. What I'm saying is, I think Klopp's view at that point when Fernandes was, how long has Fernandes been at 2 years now, best part of 2 years. I think at that stage. We were on a bit of an upward trajectory as far as what Klopp saw, and thought, well, maybe
why change?
I think the problem was at the time Klopp went for Keita.
That's it. He was. That's why 100%.
Well, different players, aren't they?
He went for Keita instead of Fernandes.
That's right.
Fernandes was always the better option. Keita looked good when I saw the clips of him, but Fernandes was ripping up the Portuguese league.
But they're different.
They're different players. Yeah, they are.
I think he thought Keita would be his box-to-box midfielder.
Yeah,
and it just hadn't turned out that way.
I'll give you something about that decision that you haven't picked up on. I think Fernandes is a huge character, very big. Maybe an egomaniac. He's a big character in the Man United squad. He's got into Man United and he's running the place. Okay, let's remember that he's got into Man U, and he was wearing the captain's armband tonight. But he's very vocal, got plenty of that, and he runs the place. And that could have been why we didn't go in for him, because if he came to Liverpool and disrupted what we had at that time, it could have caused an issue. So that could have been a reason. He's a really large character. He's a large character, very large, good player, and I'd love to see him at Liverpool. But he comes across as a very, very strongly opinionated player that could rock the boat, and we did have for the last 2 years quite a steady ship.
Happy camp, yeah. But I think that's why I always go back to Ferguson. For me, the best modern day manager there's been, because he always would go out and sign the best player available each year. He would go and get the best player he could get. And it didn't matter who was already in the team, he would just go and do it. And it prevented other teams from picking the player. Even if he didn't need the player 100%, he would go and get that player. Because, if Liverpool would have bought Fernandes, his character, could have been an issue, but Man United would be mid-table if it wasn't for him. Do you know what I mean? And they've looked at the way he's affected their games.
Because you're right. Because if you figure, as soon as he came into the team, that's when Man United changed. You remember, they weren't going nowhere. He actually transformed them.
Yeah.
He's had the Cantona effect, hasn't he?
He has. Definitely. But look, he's a Man United player, so I don't like him anyway. But anyway. Dodgy, come on, man. Just don't say Robertson's the best player on the pitch, man, please.
No. or Ben Davies should have played.
That was me. I said Ben Davies. Yes.
No, you said Costas.
Oh, Tsimikas. That's it. Yeah,
I'm happy to say my favourite player, and I've told him to his face, is Bobby Firmino. I love the bloke. I think he's brilliant. He does so much, and I like to see him in that number 10, like the number 10 role, and get another striker. But today he played brilliant. Today, I think just him scoring is enough for the front three to gel, have that bit of chemistry back. So I think to push us to finish the job off.
But you look at the other thing about Bobby. What I love about him, we talked about players being selfish or being bad eggs and all the rest of it. Look at him. He's taken out the firing line in the last game. Doesn't complain. He's come back. Even when we scored against Southampton, like he'd come on, he was celebrating with the other. Sometimes you've just come on, you've been subbed for 80 minutes, you come on, we score, and there's not much of a celebration. You see him celebrate with Thiago when Thiago scored that goal. Yeah, I know he's his mate, but he's a proper team guy, Firmino. Proper team guy.
Yeah. Oh, he's not going. Listen, I think Klopp's adopted him, mate. Klopp will take him wherever he goes, man. Don't worry about that.
Mate, I'll adopt him, mate, if he doesn't, because I love him.
It's just where he plays. He does need to score more goals, but if they move him back and get a different player up there,
he's great though. What he does in the middle of the park is great. He's brilliant. Love it.
Oh yeah, no, I'm not doubting him.
Yeah, I think a player they should go for, to be honest with you, and apparently he can leave for free. Athletic Madrid is Suarez. Apparently he's leaving for free again, so I think he would fit us perfectly.
He's gone. He looks like he's done a deal with Barcelona, hasn't he?
Has he really?
Yeah, I read it.
What's back to 2 years. Yeah, they've given him a 2-year contract. Apparently,
Ajax, if anything.
No, I read it tonight. That he's agreed Barcelona for 2 years.
Well, that's a shame. Never mind.
Mbappe is then.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I mean, look, tonight. Let's enjoy the victory.
We beat the trash.
It's always good to beat Man United. It doesn't matter that. Look, it would be great if we were already in the top 4 and guaranteed. But listen,
they'll get in trouble tonight. Because will they get in trouble for the fans again?
Nah, of course they won't.
No. Okay.
All right, boys. Listen. Anyone got anything else they want to add before we go?
No, we'll save it for next time.
All right, mate. Well, look, Saturday, we'll meet again, pre-match, West Brom. Okay. Have a good couple of days, boys. Enjoy the result.
Keep the faith, son. Keep the faith.
Keep the faith, Kush. Keep the faith. The window, listen, the window's a little bit more open now.